Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're jumping right into the incredible, honestly astonishing trajectory of Darren Watkins Jr., though you probably know him along with millions of others across the globe simply as IShowSpeed. In this explainer, we're going to totally unpack how a teenager just streaming video games from his bedroom morphed into one of the most recognizable, influential, and frankly, financially successful digital creators on the planet.
$35 million. That's his estimated net worth as of 2026. Just let that sink in for a second. $35 million. To put that into perspective, he's basically amassed a fortune that rivals traditional A-list celebrities and professional athletes, and he did it all by the age of 21. It's wild. It's a number that completely shatters our old-school understanding of what it actually means to be an entertainer today.
But, seeing this massive wealth really begs the central question of our explainer today. How exactly did a controversial teen streamer, someone who was initially known for unpredictable outbursts and, let's be real, literally barking at his webcam, how did he build such a massive, diversified global empire? What are the actual, real-world mechanics behind this crazy level of algorithm-driven fame?
Section 1. The $35 million streamer.
Okay, let's dive into this. Because right behind all that on-screen chaos is a highly lucrative, rapidly expanding business structure. Back in 2021, driven by his initial YouTube growth and some viral TikTok clips, his net worth was sitting at an estimated $500,000. Not bad, right? But then, by 2022, fueled by viral content all around his absolute obsession with Cristiano Ronaldo, that number jumped to $4 million. Just 2 years later, following a WWE Royal Rumble appearance and a huge Southeast Asia tour, it skyrocketed to $20 million. And today, in 2026, riding the wave of massive global tours, it sits at that estimated $35 million. The velocity of this financial growth is, well, it's simply unprecedented.
Now, you might be wondering how he pulls off the optics of this wealth. Part of this rapid ascent relies on mastering what we can call creator flex economics. In late 2023, Speed went mega viral for a video he titled $10 Million House Tour. But the reality, at least according to financial analysts, was a bit different. That property in Davie, Florida, it was actually valued at around $2.3 million, and evidence strongly suggests he was just renting it for 15 grand a month, not actually owning it. It's kind of the ultimate fake-it-till-you-make-it strategy, but totally optimized for the algorithm. By renting, top-tier streamers keep their mobility for tours while projecting this illusion of massive wealth, and that feeds the algorithm and drives constant non-stop engagement.
Section 2. A history of controversies.
To really get the full picture of this empire, we have to objectively look at the chaotic roots that accompanied and honestly sometimes threatened to completely derail his rise to fame. Our source material points out 5 major controversies. First, in December 2021, he got a permanent ban from Twitch after making what was deemed a sexual coercion joke to a guest on an e-dating stream. Then, in April 2022, a Riot Games employee permanently banned him from Valorant after he yelled profanities at a female teammate. Fast forward to April 2023, and he faced major online backlash for repeating a variation of his previous controversial joke, this time to a waitress while streaming live at a restaurant. A few months later, in August 2023, a jump scare during a horror game led to him accidentally flashing his genitals on stream, which sparked the huge IShowMeet internet trend. And most recently, in December 2024, VTuber Kirsche and some other creators accused him of issuing false copyright strikes against smaller channels. Now, in response to those earlier bans, Speed did issue apologies and stated he was actively working on himself. As for the later incidents, they were mostly met with silence.
Section 3. The Global IRL Pivot.
So those earlier controversies, they definitely caused some significant friction, including the loss of early sponsors like Sky Sports. So how exactly did he bounce back? Well, he orchestrated a massive shift away from his typical bedroom gaming setup and moved straight into global in real life, or IRL, broadcasting. And the absolute pinnacle of this pivot was his Speed Does Africa tour. Over 28 days, he streamed live across 20 different countries. We're talking Nigeria, Senegal, South Africa. He wasn't just sitting behind a desk anymore. He was out in the streets, meeting fans, visiting cultural landmarks, and even attending the Africa Cup of Nations final. This tour was a real game changer. It wasn't just travel content. It completely reshaped his image globally. I mean, he was pulling in a peak concurrent viewership of 257,000 people in places like Ethiopia. It effectively shifted his brand from being a controversial gamer to a literal global ambassador of internet culture.
And this brilliantly illustrates the newfound maturity and power of its platform.
During that exact tour, he launched the iShowSpeed Foundation, specifically the Africa Fund, in partnership with Common Goal. Within just hours, his community rallied together to raise over $70,000 toward a $150,000 goal, and that was to support community soccer programs all across the continent. It really just proves that his massive, energetic audience can actually be mobilized for tangible, real-world impact.
Section 4. Building a business empire.
Now, what's really interesting about this transition to a globally recognized figure is that it allowed him to step directly into the boardroom. Just look at the sheer level of corporate diversification going on. He's got a mid-7-figure annual payout for his very own dragon fruit acai flavor of Prime Hydration. He starred in a high-budget Beats by Dre film. He even got his own custom cheddar and sour cream Doritos flavor, which is a massive rarity for digital creators. Then, under platform deals to kind of shield himself from that earlier Twitch ban, he signed an exclusive deal with Rumble. That partnership is estimated to be worth anywhere from $15 to $20 million over 3 years. And naturally, his physical assets completely match his loud persona. We're talking a custom Cristiano Ronaldo-themed Lamborghini worth over $250,000. Oh, and let's not forget the $100,000 robot dog because, well, why not?
All of this intense business acumen and non-stop global touring totally culminated on January 21st, 2026. On his 21st birthday, while broadcasting live from Lagos, Nigeria, he crossed the historic milestone of 50 million YouTube subscribers. 50 million! It was just this perfect convergence of his massive global reach and absolute platform dominance.
Section 5. Beyond the Stream.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is that Darren Watkins Jr. has moved far, far beyond just being a streamer. He's evolved into a definitive fixture of modern pop culture. To really understand his rank among the internet titans, let's quickly compare him to his frequent collaborator and close friend, Kai Cenat. Now, while Kai absolutely dominates Twitch with 15 million followers and snagged the 2023 Streamer of the Year award, Speed's global, multi-platform reach is just staggering. Speed boasts over 33 million primary YouTube subscribers and 27 million Instagram followers. That actually makes him the most followed English-speaking streamer on Instagram. This immense, truly international reach is exactly why Speed took home the 2024 Streamer of the Year award. Basically, they rule different domains, but Speed's global footprint, it's currently unmatched.
And he is actively leveraging that massive footprint to infiltrate traditional media, specifically the worlds of music and sports. Right ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, he dropped a track called Champions. And get this, it garnered 500,000 views in just 2 hours. Even though FIFA has its own official soundtracks featuring massive artists like Shakira and Burna Boy, the internet basically universally rallied behind Speed's track. Fans completely flooded the comments, with one person writing, "Petition for this to be the official WC, meaning World Cup song." It really just proves that for Gen Z audiences, internet culture and traditional sports culture are now, for sure, completely inseparable.
Which brings us to the final thought of our explainer today. We've seen how iShowSpeed evolved from those early controversies and straight-up webcam chaos into a $35 million globe-trotting entrepreneur and philanthropist. He has essentially written the modern playbook for algorithm-driven fame. So, how will the next generation of internet stars leverage this exact blueprint to turn their own viral chaos into lasting global influence? It's a truly fascinating shift in entertainment, and it's one we're absolutely going to keep watching. Thank you so much for joining me today, everyone, and I will see you in the next explainer.